I learned I had to work overtime during National Day. I immediately lost my mind. I carefully counted every item in the boss office, from the laptop to even the toothbrush he once used. I said after work I'd sell all this cheaply, then take the money to call 8 beautiful girls. Unexpectedly, the video suddenly exploded. The hottest comment was actually from the boss. "Willow like Grace, are you crazy? Why not just sell me too? You're the general manager's assistant." At this moment, I was holding a freshly brewed cup of coffee standing outside the office door. The sarcastic voice of Willow like Grace echoed, even soundproof doors couldn't block it. She spoke as fast as the wind, her voice clear with every word. "A bunch of useless people, what do I raise you for? Honestly speaking, did you write this plan with your feet? And this project proposal after reading 20 pages? I still don't understand what you want to say. Can she present the key points clearly?" With this level of language organization, even if I attend a funeral, I wouldn't know who died. Can you work a bit seriously? I pay you to come to the company. Is it to annoy me or to work? In the meeting room, everyone hung their heads, all turning into shrinking turtles. No one dared to utter a word. Hearing this, I cleverly carried the coffee and turned to run away. The boss was in a thunderous rage. If I foolishly rushed in, I'd be tired of living. He could drink one less cup of coffee, but I didn't want to take another scolding. Using the excuse of going to the bathroom, when I returned, the meeting room was already empty. I knew the storm had temporarily passed, so I brewed a new cup of coffee, heading toward the general manager's office. As if someone had been quicker than me, it was someone from the finance department stuffed in through connections. Several assistants said in unison, "President Willow, here is the coffee you wanted," then bowed to place the coffee on the desk. The woman sitting at the desk had a slender and straight figure, extremely charming beauty, sharp brows and eyes. She emanated a natural elegance and arrogance. But at this moment, those eyes carried an excessively cold edge. "Who are you? Who let you in here? Where is your work? Get out!" The smile on his face called President Willow. "Is the new assistant Chronicle Courage? Assistant Reach Square Garden is busy. He told me to bring the coffee in his place. I'm involved yet, how come I don't know?" Willow like Grace didn't even lift her head. Continued approving documents told him to get out. "Don't make me say it twice." Chronicle Courage took a deep breath. The next second, his legs seemed to sprout boils. Unsteady carrying the coffee, he lunged forward. Willow like Grace didn't bother to move. Cold voice, "I advise you to think carefully before acting recklessly. This outfit of mine costs 100,000. Can you afford to compensate?" Still staggering like that. In the end, still tried to crash into her. Willow like Grace looked at him. Her gaze swept from top to bottom half with mockery. "May I ask how you come to work like this? I also don't understand why HR hired you. You can't even handle being eye candy. Want to replace Assistant Reach's position, but you don't even have his looks. Ability not even 1,000th of his." I couldn't help it, the corners of my mouth curved up. Scolded me for so long. This dog boss finally sees my good points. But before I could enjoy it long, she added, "Of course, I'm not praising him. Nor am I scolding you. I'm just stating the truth. Just like Assistant Reach dresses more rustic than my grandfather." The smile on Chronicle Courage's face almost couldn't hold. "Or maybe you're interested in me." She carried sarcasm without any concealment. People shouldn't dream of things that don't belong to them. Instead of fantasizing about becoming a phoenix overnight, those unrealistic illusions, better to improve yourself. I advise you, go check if you have Parkinson's or epilepsy. I should have guessed. The venomous tongue of Willow like Grace isn't just for a day or two. He left with a dejected face. Passing the door, didn't forget to glare at me. The next second, the indifferent voice of Willow like Grace rang out, "Assistant Reach, how much longer are you going to stand outside the door?" Insisting on being a security guard, I sighed and walked in, truly caught in the crossfire. She slowly took a sip of coffee. Her slender fingers lightly tapped the desk. Looking at this posture, someone was about to get scolded again. "Assistant Reach, I pay you a 7-figure salary, not to come watch a show. Hope you always remember your position. Must have some sense of danger prevention. Now my value is this high. If someone poisons me to death, you'll have to go to prison and eat prison food. For the company's sake. It'll let it go if you're too nearsighted. The company can pay for your surgery. I don't wish. Next time to let some nobody get close to me. I wear flat glasses alone. She already knows. Why not just scold me for being blind? And also assistant reach, don't you look in the mirror usually? Dressing so rustic seriously affecting the company image. Customers scared away by you who will compensate my losses. I gave an awkward laugh, such an ugly laugh. Better not to laugh, Willow like Grace. I curse your father. This mouth is getting more and more hateful. If not for your high salary, I would have quit long ago. Taking this salary is like holding a ball of anger. Leaving the office. Chronicle Courage hugged a large box of items packing up. He had been fired. Everyone in the finance department was also scolded by the boss. He gritted his teeth staring at me, eyes full of resentment. She doesn't value me, even less values you. Don't think I can't see your intentions. Who knows how you managed to sit in this position? You're not even worthy to carry her shoes. I smiled faintly, ignoring the pettiness in front of the boss. Sorry about that. I graduated with a master's from North University, got in by real ability. True, how can it compare to a rich kid who graduated from a third-rate university? Got in through connections. Usually causing trouble for me is one thing. Today scolding me wasn't enough. Still want to splash dirty water on me. Think I'm a soft persimmon anyone can squeeze. Can't beat me yet want to scold me. Dream on. Thanks to my height advantage, I bent down overwhelming with presence. Relying on women to climb social ranks. That's really hard. Anyway, I have no experience. Different industries are like mountains apart. I wish you success, Mr. Chronicle. Can't scold back. Can't fight either. Then what can you do? He could only glare, swallowing his anger. The sea is vast, the sky is high. Endure a moment to avoid a pile of shit. In the afternoon, I watered and loosened the soil for the boss prosperity tree. Holding the small shovel, the more I dug, the more enthusiastic. No one in the office. Old habits resurfaced. I couldn't help humming a few lines. In the big company, I dig. Generous salary, still not enough to spend. Scolded all the time by the hateful boss. Suddenly, a light TSK from behind. Willow like Grace lazily leaned against the door, humming along. Didn't know how long she had been listening. She curved her lips in a smile, singing so well. Assistant reach, you don't want to live anymore. As a tone-deaf person, caught singing a disastrous tune. I was embarrassed until my face turned red. Do you plan to become a singer? If so, I'll call the police. Willow like Grace, I curse your grandfather. Before the National Day holiday, Willow like Grace had just returned from a business trip. Driver Little Strong happened to take leave. The boss told me to pick her up at the hotel entrance. Because of the crowd, I searched forever but couldn't find her. So I called, boss, where are you? The voice on the other side was cold and low. Right across from you, I'm surprised. I drove forward a bit, still didn't see. Or boss, try waving your hand. Her voice seemed to grind through teeth. Assistant reached, my hand is about to break from waving. If stopped a dozen taxes. I was startled, no way. I really didn't see. She smiled coldly, you drove too far. After she got in the car, I smiled awkwardly to cover, trying to hide the embarrassment. Willow like Grace sat in the passenger seat, legs crossed, glancing at me meaningfully. Your eyes like holding to eggs, not blinking yet see nothing. I wanted to make her shut up, no joke. She spoke again, pack up tonight. Tomorrow follow me on a business trip. What, my hand almost dropped the steering wheel. I thought she forgot the date. Boss, tomorrow is National Day holiday. She calmly replied. I know what's wrong. Tomorrow I have a dinner appointment with a girl. Besides loving money, I'm also lecherous. She keeps calling brother this, brother that. How could I break the appointment with her? I struggled in despair, boss. Can I not go? She glanced at me, gently yet cruelly spat out a few words, cannot. Unless you don't want to work anymore. Revenge, this is definitely revenge. Petty big idiot. I was so angry I drove like flying. all the way ignoring her hesitant words. At the company door, she still hesitated to get out, brows tightly furrowed, face alternating green and white. Terrible. I forgot the boss gets carsick. Her voice stiff. Assistant reach. 15-minute drive. You overtook 10 times. Changed lanes 8 times. Swore 6 times. Are you road crazy? Think for yourself and also for others. Make the passenger feel like risking life. I advise you not to drive in the future. I advise you don't drive. Into the office arranging documents for tomorrow's trip. The girl messaged asking what time to set off tomorrow. I guiltily replied no need anymore. I have a sudden business trip. Let's reschedule another day. Sorry. The other side paused. Happily accepted. It's okay. I'll wait until you're free. Be careful on the trip. Stay safe. She was so gentle I was moved to tears. Looking at the pile of documents, the more I arranged, the angrier. The boss wasn't here. I decisively took out my phone to record a crazy video, listing every item in the office. From the foundation the boss often applies, the rice bowl, to the handmade Italian carpet under her feet. From the genuine leather sofa she sits on, to the toothbrush she uses in the bathroom. Posted with caption sell all this after work. Then take the money to call 8 beautiful girls. Finished recording and posted directly to a short video platform. As a result, before sleep at midnight, I casually checked. Messages 99. Beyond expectation. The video suddenly went viral. Hottest comment: are you sick? Why not sell me too? Do you have something on your mind? The familiar tone made me shiver. The comment section lively: welcome to the car crash scene. Ha 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 ha. First time sing playing dumb. Caught by the boss. Author come to work tomorrow. For selling left leg first got fired. This office really has no humanity. 990 hanging on golden car, no joke. Boss, the office is yours, sell if you want. This guy better keep one eye open tonight. Open one eye on guard. You see the boss caring, asking if you're sick. Truly a talent. I looked at my username again. My boss is a big idiot. Suddenly had a bad premonition. No way. Surely not such a coincidence. I remember the boss doesn't use this app. Clicked into the profile of the hottest comment. Nothing at all. Only the IP address, same city as me. I breathed a sigh of relief. However, the next second, message from contacts: boss. Please come to the company tomorrow to explain your username. Otherwise, let me explain. Why not sell you too? That way I can openly say, already sold. The urgent matter now. I can't help but think which leg to sell first tomorrow, to minimize the chance of being fired. As everyone can see, my boss's mouth is very hateful. Hateful to the point even passing dogs get scolded. Is the eldest miss of the Willow family, CEO of Willow Corporation. Besides being beautiful, beautiful figure, knows how to choose reincarnation, has no other merits. Media evaluates her in 8 words. Female rogue of the business world. Unpredictable. Others' business wars are prolonged and law-abiding. Willow, like Grace's business wars, are shameless and lacking character. Shen Corporation, because employee did something stupid, offended client. Made it too hot, search. Thought they gained a big advantage. Willow, like Grace, used official account to post 3 articles in a row. Not only didn't help, but added fuel to the fire. Riding horse while adding frost to snow. What is this? Little Shen clients are supposed to be gods. Thank you, President Shen, for giving a heaven-sent opportunity. You should think about building a temple. Seeing half the netizens playing around, I'm very heartbroken. What about the other half? No keyboards. Angry enough that President Shen directly blocked her. In short, not illegal, but cheap, still able to be her assistant. Perhaps because we're birds of a feather. My morals are proactive, but the salary she pays is objective regularity. Properly exert proactivity. Must be based on complying with objective laws as premise. I can't refuse money for morals. Simply put, it's still that sentence. She really pays high salary. Use this money to test who can withstand. But I can't withstand. So the 2 of us join forces. Equivalent to her opening the door to release the dog. This person is famous not only for appearance, but also for venomous tongue and holding grudges. because previously rival Shen Corporation deliberately pressed prices, stubbornly snatched food from the tiger's mouth of Willow Corporation. Afterward, both bid for stores in the west of the city. Because the two stores face each other, Willow, like Grace, deliberately bought a large mirror mirroring every day. When asked, said it's for grooming. Mirrored for a whole month. The wealth-breaking effect wasn't great, so she told me to pretend to be a cleaner. Sneak into Shen Corporation's interior. Use boiling water to scald to death old President Shen's prosperity tree. Heard that day old President Shen cried like a child. The next day old President Shen invited clients to dinner. Under Willow like Grace's cover, I sneaked into the kitchen, changed 12 main dishes to 12 vegetable dishes. Successfully ruined the cooperation. No choice old President Shen had to concede. Old President Shen focuses on health and exercise. Cycling. I secretly deflated his bike tires. Willow like Grace face unchanged hard steady. Drove pretending to meet by chance. Warmly sent old President Shen home. Made old President Shen full of grievances. Couldn't scold her. Couldn't thank her either. Wondering what trick she was playing. Got home and got beaten by wife. Reason was lipstick mark on shirt collar. Old President Shen reacted inwardly, cried bitterness. Bitterness he couldn't speak. Business field, love field, every field failed. Old President Shen not done being angry. Willow like Grace targeted little President Shen again. Little President Shen hadn't graduated university yet. Didn't care about family business. Forced to clock in at company every day. During work hours didn't play games. Also watched TV. Willow like Grace bribed little President Shen's office assistant. If he watched TV, unplug the router. If he played games, steal the charger. Like this every 2 weeks. Little President Shen not only got cursed by teammates. Game rank dropped 3 major levels. Thought he would realize something. Didn't expect him to boldly go to his father. I told you the feng shui here is bad. Even trees can't be raised. You didn't believe. Then he logically booked a room at an internet cafe. I also logically arranged a beautiful girl there. Next, Willow like Grace logically called old President Shen, saying his son isn't studying properly. Little President Shen that night got beaten collectively at home, hid in blanket. The next day in front of Grandpa Shen he complained. Cried so miserably. Under the disturbance, Willow Corporation won the bid. Willow like Grace at the company gate used loudspeaker to loop good luck. Played over and over. As her like-minded assistant. As soon as she decided, I knew what she wanted. Silently hung banner, Willow Corporation steady undefeated. Shen Corporation lost position. Old President Shen angry until face distorted. Eyes and nose crooked. Pointed at Willow like Grace, scolding you little bastard. When you were little I even carried you. Malicious heart. Willow like Grace raised brow and sneered. Seriously replied Uncle Shen, good and evil in words. Evil words hurt people. Next time don't say words harmful to unity. Think positively. I am the current Willow like Grace. The most capable assistant under her. She can't find anyone less moral than me. I mean anyone more talented than me. Thinking negatively. I under her pretended weak for half a year. Whatever she said I obeyed. Never retorted. As a result today everything exploded. Just this matter alone is fine. Important is back in high school she and I were like water and fire. University entrance exam even played her a trick. Back then I didn't think. 6 years later I became assistant under my enemy. At first said after graduation, I found a pretty good job. Entered a big company. But the department head everywhere made things difficult. I got hot-headed, hit the person. That old bastard hospitalized 2 months. Because he was the chairman's brother-in-law. I not only got fired, also blacklisted in the entire industry. Right when I was unemployed. Willow like Grace appeared. Not only didn't settle old scores, but invited me with high salary. Didn't hold past grudges. Uses people without prejudice. She really is a good person. To let her continue being good, I decided to continue pretending crazy. Didn't expect today to be exposed. Actually, she really holds grudges. If counting old and new debts, the consequences are truly terrifying. Am going to sleep, good night boss. Morning 9 o'clock. Boss car parked under my building. Willow like Grace sitting in the back row. Long legs, prominent face tilted. I was thinking which foot to step in first. She slightly raised her eyes. What, want to sell my car again? How dare I? I shook my head frantically. Then why not get in waiting for my invitation? Probably because didn't sleep well last night. My head like tendons pulled out. Subconsciously asked boss how to get in. Left foot first or right foot first? Willow like Grace smiled brightly like a flower. Then obediently jumped into the car. As a result, not careful. Used force like in pay class. I couldn't brake in time. She also couldn't react in time. Body uncontrollably lunged forward. Suddenly a thud sound. By my era's soft groan. Willow like Grace's back pressed against the car door. My forehead hit her chin. Both hands instinctively found support. Palms touched firm, feeling below clear heartbeat. Distance close enough. Hot breath on top of head. Waist held by soft hands. Willow like Grace's eyes deep as ink. I looked up. Line of sight uncontrollably fell on. Plump red lips. Throat moved up and down. The atmosphere became strange. Until the driver's seat let out a soft breathing sound breaking the frozen air. I sprang up from Willow like Grace. Hands clasped in front of forehead. Sincerely sorry. I didn't mean to. Willow like Grace slowly sat up, moved her shoulder. Said nothing, ear tips faintly red. After a while asked, you drive? Little strong turned curiously. Eyes bright with interest. I quickly raised fingers to prove innocence. I swear, I absolutely had no intentions. If not, I'll never get rich in my life. Shut your mouth. Noisy to death, cut off before finishing. Willow like Grace took a deep breath. Clapped hands, rubbing throbbing temples. I touched my nose. Oh my, her face immediately turned cold. Looking ahead. Why drive, making me dizzy? Little Strong wanted to speak but stopped. No. Clearly the car hasn't started yet. All shut up. Good news is last night's matter passed. Bad news is boss started being moody again. I obediently sat still, the car quiet to scary. Later realized. Just now swearing I seemed to raise four fingers. No eternal friends. Nor eternal enemies. Only eternal interests. This business trip is to negotiate investment with Shen Corporation. Business cooperation. Half is done at the dinner table. Private room door pushed open. The girl inside wearing a white dress. Sitting comfortably looking at phone. Willow like Grace frowned. At the same time hearing the sound. She put down the phone, turned head, hands behind neck. Lazy posture. No choice, my dad doesn't want to see her. Her gaze swept back, fell on me. Eyes sparkling. Brother, what a surprise. Seeing her face clearly, I silently stepped back to steps. Surprise, what, shock? Yes. Even if beaten to death, I wouldn't expect. The person calling brother this and that every day turned out to be the eldest miss of the Shen family. That day, I wore security uniform, sneaked into old President Shen's office. Lunch break, not a soul inside. I held a small spray bottle, about to water the prosperity tree, when suddenly, behind the desk, rustling sound. A girl with hair like a chicken nest stood up, stared at me stunned. I was scared stiff. Well, in company security, just watering. She suddenly curved lips and smiled. Don't lie, I'm an intern. Sneaking arrest. She took the hot water bottle from the desk and gave it to me. Whispered, brother, use this to water. Doomed at the right time. Looking into each other's eyes, saw tacit understanding. Thought to myself, this girl has good personality. Afterward, she suggested adding contact info. One lecturer so agreed. She kept calling brother long and short, chatting with me. Asked me out to eat. Several times I broke appointments due to sudden matters. Later, though, I knew President Shen had a daughter, but never met her. Who knew it was her? The Shen siblings really like turning their backs on family. Elbows pointing outward. Shen friendly cycle enthusiastically forced me to sit between her and Willow like Grace. Held the menu and stuffed it into my hand. Brother, see what you want to eat. Completely ignoring the third person's mood. Those who don't know would think we're on a date. Willow like Grace's meaningful gaze swept back and forth between us. Line of sight stopped on Shen friendly cycle's hair for a bit. Corners of mouth lifted in a small curve. really evolve in sheep's clothing, both elegant and arrogant. Truly too thick-skinned. Shen friendly cycle pushed the cilantro beef plate in front of her aside. Decisive action. Not a bit off. Suddenly from the left came a cold voice. Phoenix sister picky eater. Bad person with picky mouth. The girl angry enough to clench fists, but as if thinking of something. Raised brow looking at Willow like Grace brother reach. She treats me like this fine. Does she usually bully you too? Brother, why aren't you saying anything? It can't be true. Women nearing 30 are like old cucumbers. Men nearing 30 are like fresh flowers. President Willow is 28 this year, right? Oh God, don't say more. Don't you see my boss face black as pot bottom? To ease the situation, I quickly picked up a chicken leg, placed it in Shen Friendly Cycle's bowl. Eat. The girl acted slowly, revealing to dimples. I listened to brother. Remember, don't forget whose person I am. Seeing Willow like Grace's face growing darker, I quickly poured her a glass of water. Boss. Drink water, drink water. Shen Friendly Cycle gnawed the chicken leg, muttered stingy drink cold water. So what if assistant? He's also my senior. Seems Shen Friendly Cycle really studies at North University. The atmosphere instantly sank. This scene I can't control. How about you to fight? Willow like Grace lightly sipped a few times. Probably angry to death. This girl really naive. Likes to pull relations so much. Why not say the whole earth is her home? Such a big school. Meet once a month and call senior. You didn't ask him in high school. Who was desk mate for 2 years? If not for some incident. Now you'd have to call me senior sister at least. Two pairs of eyes turned to me at once. God's fighting. Little ghost suffers. I avoided their gazes. Pretended calm, lowering head, knowing watermelon, haha. This melon is really sweet. I and Willow like Grace knew each other from first semester of grade 11. At that time she had just returned from abroad. Completely the appearance of a rich little princess. Noble and cold. Looked down on everything as matter of course. Including the top spot I valued most. I always knew. Out there countless people live better than me. Not everyone has circumstances like mine, but her appearance made me feel the gap between people. Not just a deep pit, but a mountain forever impossible to climb. I was born in a poor family, had a younger brother at home. Often eat today, worrying tomorrow. When other kids bought snacks, ate chicken legs. I could only watch enviously. I had no pocket money. I was poor to only having a bit of lowly self-esteem, not worth a penny. So from young I loved money. I can't not have money. Picked trash in the neighborhood. Did homework for others. Distributed flyers for hire. Before exams sold review outlines. After exams sold recording pens, 3 UN each. My high school was a long-established famous school, not lacking excellent students. Though I entered with high scores. Didn't get special fee reduction policy, but from grade 10 to 11. Top spot always mine. Monthly scholarship no one but me. School considered my circumstances. Allowed me to commute. I was very busy every day. Morning took money to bring breakfast for classmates. Noon tutored classmates. Afternoon took notes to copy and sell. Evening worked part-time at the convenience store. Also took a few odd jobs. Money earned just enough to live. I wasn't very popular because I had no time to hang out with them, nor talked about friendship. Everything had a clear price. My face seemed ridden with lack money and love money. My body full of pragmatic aura. So, when transfer student Willow like Grace took the top spot, the whole class waited to see me ridiculed. At that time I and Willow like Grace weren't familiar. In heart also no intentions. At most regretted 500 UN scholarship. At the same time told myself to work harder. When seeing the scoreboard entering class, everyone surrounded Willow like Grace praising her excellent. Gloating that finally pulled me down. Top spot changed hands, your scholarship flew away. Willow like Grace leaned on chair. Between brows showed impatience, is top spot that hard? What's there to be excited about? 500 UN a lot. Not enough to buy a pair of my socks. Such venomous tongue. No wonder you couldn't get top spot. Everyone embarrassed. Lost face here naturally had to regain elsewhere. Use pride bigger than sky. Crude words often carry malice without knowing, or perhaps intentional. 500 yuan to us, of course, nothing. But to reach Square Garden, it's a fortune. Ha 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 ha. The shoes he wears are discount buys. Don't know where bought. Shoes 30-40 yuan can wear. I calmly open mouth. Care so much about me. You planning to donate to me. Weakness. Sometimes the best counterattack weapon. Because currently can't change situation. Worrying only adds useless trouble. They immediately embarrassed. Faces full of guilt. Mock my poverty but not help me escape poverty. So whether I'm poor or not, what does it have to do with you? Standout people always get attention. Beautiful good grades. Good family transfer student. These labels made Willow like Grace the topic after class. They said she wore new clothes every day. Shoes never repeated. Expensive to make others give up. They said she didn't focus in class. Yet scores still high. Is talent reach Square Garden only knows hard work? They said, she and we not same world. To highlight one person, often need one as background. So I became the object in their mouths. Compared to Willow like Grace, one on ground, one in sky. One ordinary, one noble. The matter had nothing to do with her, but the sarcasm originated from her. I could hardly have fair attitude toward her, especially after the monthly exam. Homeroom teacher discovered her English outstanding, but language arts a bit weak. I and she opposite, so I and she forced to sit together. In English class, teacher had us read passage in groups. Usually strict teacher praised her like flowing water, and I only got Shine says style English need to work harder. If she showed joy, fine, but she kept indifferent face. She didn't care at all, made me feel my efforts. In an instant became worthless. I poured effort to pursue, yet was something she easily reached, even disdained, because I like money. I always found rich people quite endearing, but now I only see her as utterly detestable, the kind who loves to show off the most. She tried to strike up a conversation. I didn't bother responding. She asked about homework. I didn't say a word. She mocked my English pronunciation, sounding like some alien tongue. I retorted that her literature was taught by the gym teacher with his mouth, thanks to her weakness in literature. I found new ways daily to scold her with idioms. I see you like the Queen Mother on her bad days. Naked pushing the millstone. A goat in sheep's clothing letting out farts. Arrogant and oh so pretentious. She was so angry her lips pursed tight like a pufferfish. The next day her eyes were shadowed with dark circles. Cramming idioms all night long. Proud as a fighting cock. You're like a turtle hiding in its shell, looking like a soft-shelled turtle. A lemon dropped in a latrine, all yellow, haughty, and slightly sour. A dead softshell cooked in soup, belly full of bad intentions. A softshell buying a watermelon, rolling back and forth. I said she was putting on airs. She said I love to show off. Neither could stand the sight of the other. After a few exams, the top spot we took turns holding. But I carefully noticed. Each time she took a test, she used the same pen. Before exams, she'd clasp her hands, muttering something, surely calling for outside help. Rich people have so many tricks. I feared she was using some scheme. So for fairness, before the exam I bought two identical pens. One for her, one for me. After switching pens, sure enough she was exposed. The history teacher held the graded papers. Looked at us with a knowing glance, surely at her. The two lowest scores in the grade are in our class. Willow like Grace 25 points, and I a perfect 100 points. 25 points is truly the worst of the worst. Willow like Grace called out, couldn't even stand. I couldn't help it, burst out laughing. The history teacher turned to me, don't laugh. You two are just the same. You 20 points. The whole class, even Willow like Grace, laughed until shaken. Indeed, laughter doesn't vanish. It just moves from one person to another. Holding the paper, I saw mine was completely blank, cleaner than my face. Hers was the same. We both stared at each other, turned to rummage through our pencil cases. That pen had the words erasable ink written on it, since it was an unnecessary expense. When buying, I told the shopkeeper to give me the cheapest. Sure enough, cheap stuff is never good. Did you switch the pens? I knew I was in the wrong. The teacher explained a bit. Her face gradually stiffened. Slowly looked up. Reach square garden. Are you crazy? From then on, I realized how scheming she was. How she held grudges. Because I slept late at night. Mornings I had to buy breakfast for classmates. I was often late for early study sessions. To avoid losing points, I'd sneak over the wall to school. She who rarely came to early study volunteered to join the student disciplinary committee. Every day woke up early to stand by the back fence. Got my name listed for a whole month on the disciplinary violation list. My daily conduct points were cut by more than half. Daily conduct points tied to the semester's 3 Good Student Award. The 3 Good Student Award came with the 1,000 yuan minus 5 points was fine. But losing money was not. So during the physical education exam, I deliberately marked her low in every category. Surrounded by people, I shouted sit-ups 10 height. I yelled loud 1 meter 5. She finally couldn't take it, roared, you're lying. I'm clearly 1 meter 65. I pretended to be scared. All right, whatever you say it is. She was so angry her face twitched. I blinked. Blocking my wealth is no different from killing my parents. If I don't mess you up, I'm not done. I thought the war would continue. After that, the homeroom teacher called me to the office. Talked about subsidies for poor students. Not long after, my application for financial aid was taken and passed around the class. Though that student was eventually warned by the school. The form had been seen by everyone. Every word on it was in my handwriting. Things once vague suddenly became clear. The looks people gave me held sympathy, even some astonishment. Gradually, rumors spread that I was cursed. My parents and brother were cursed to death by me. Anyone close to me would meet misfortune. They saw themselves as righteous. Advised Willow like Grace not to sit with me. I thought she'd take the chance to drag me down. Unexpectedly, she was too lazy to even lift her eyelids. Her face showed a mocking expression. I've seen small feet, never seen small brains. Empty heads are fine, but don't let water get in. Poor grades can be improved. Ugliness can be fixed, but a bad heart can't be cured. Each one mouths like they just came from the bathroom, talking more viciously than all the village grannies combined. The self-proclaimed righteous were scolded until red in the face, dispersed one by one, under the slanting sunlight. The girl's back straight as a pine. A lock of hair on her forehead glinted with light. The girl turned, gave me a cold smile. Scold me like I'm your grandkid. When it's their turn, not a word. Classmate Reach, are you playing favorites? I replied bluntly. They're my customers. Her face emotionless. She pulled 10 red bills from her bag. Slap them on the table. I order you next time. Scold back. Scold well, end of month performance bonus. Those stingy classmates are worthless. I'm always pissed off. Make it so they can't earn 1,000 yuan. In less than 2 seconds, I decided. Quickly grabbed the money. Switched to a fawning demeanor. No matter how bad the boss is, can't let money slip away. Even if the boss really curses me. Money is money, work is work. One thing at a time. Shut up, 9 o'clock evening study ends. I packed my bag, planned to take a shortcut to the convenience store. In class, some boys were talking. Hey, did you know? Near our school, there's a robber targeting students. Heard he robbed a few already. Said to be on Sandcliff Road. Tonight, take the main road. I paused for a moment. Willow like Grace picked up her bag and stood from her seat. She casually asked, which road is your house on? Sandcliff Road. I pass it for my part-time job too. Even if I don't go earn money, I still have to go home. Don't take that road. I replied, I'm taking it. Seeing time was running out, I slung my bag and ran out. Behind me, her voice faded. Reach square garden, come back. Walking would make me late. 9:30 job late means half pay docked. Why wouldn't I go? I'm going. What are you to me? Blocking my wealth, they'll beat you dead. In a dark corner of the street, a thug blocked the alley, laughing like a maniac. Damn it! I threw down my bag, rolled up my sleeves. No retreat but advance. I landed a kick right on target. Beat him until he cried to the heavens unanswered. Called to the earth and heard. Where he fell, I hit there. After beating, I turned to find my bag, then saw Willow like Grace in white shirt and black pants, quietly leaning against the wall, holding my bag in her arms. To her right, a few burly guys. Seeing me turn back, she instinctively told those guys to leave. In the police station, Willow like Grace Conley officer. Everything I said is true. I saw that guy trying to rob him. Then classmate Reach shouted, or like a landslide. The blonde thug was scared, trembling, turned and crashed into the wall. I wiped the corner of my eye, nodded innocently. Police! The female officer beside gave us warm water. Smiled. You two acted in self-defense, did a good deed. Don't worry, that blonde thug often bullies students. Leaving the station, not only were we fine, we got a 500 due in reward. As for the part-time job, I told the boss about tonight. He told me to rest well. Tonight's pay still fully paid. Money makes people happy. I'm not heartless either. Now everyone looked pleasing. Thinking how Willow like Grace just spoke for me, I slung my arm over her shoulder. Like good buddies, boss. I'll treat you to late night snacks. What do you want to eat? She tilted her head, corners of her mouth slightly curved. Mala Tang, the little princess, is getting friendly too. I love Mala Tang the most. She ate Mala Tang, added chili like crazy. I told her not to overdo it. She argued back, said this is what makes it rich. Then her lips swelled like sausages. No longer looking human, ran to the bathroom 3 times. Indeed, with money, even ghosts grind the mill. That day passed. We considered ourselves reconciled. She stopped waking up early. I tutored her in literature. She tutored me in English. Even introduced me to a high-paying tutoring job. Weekends to days I earned 500 yuan. I apologized for misjudging her like Mount Tai. She wasn't showing off. She was my god of wealth. The last day of the National Day holiday, I was at home doing homework. Morning Bark roared at the door. That's my dog. Don't let its small size fool you. It's ferocious. I opened the door to look. Willow like Grace led a husky standing outside, head held high. Between her brows, hard to hide smugness. Look at my dog. Tall and grand, glossy fur, elegant and full of vitality. You can tell it's expensive, very good. But I have a dog too. I called inside. Morning Bark football. The little one instantly rushed out joyfully, wrapped around my feet. Willow like Grace froze, seemed not to expect I had a dog too. Then calmly pointed at Morning Bark. This dog's big but useless. Not like mine, not only beautiful, but protective. After listening, I understood. She came to show off her dog. Didn't seem anything special. Probably a mutt. I sat down, patting Morning Bark's head. She called you a mutt. Just as I finished, a small black shadow shot out like a sword, barking loud and fierce. The husky's eyes widened, yelping as it backed away. Willow like Grace's face changed, running while explaining, Big brother, I didn't scold you. I just said mixed breed. Morning Bark doesn't bite but is great at scaring. I ate watermelon watching the show. Finally, Willow like Grace called Big brother with a wide mouth. Morning Bark like a boss lay on my foot, too tired to care about anything else. Willow like Grace sat on the ground panting. Reach Square Garden, you did it on purpose. Who told you to come from afar to brag? Her mouth twitched, angry until trembling. Brag what? I came to find you. Oh my god. Sorry. I quickly stood, stuffed the half-eaten watermelon into her arms. Sit. Eat melon. She snorted coldly, took to big bites of melon. The next second, as if realizing something, she wished she could bury her head in the melon. Her ears went from light pink to deep red. The color spread down her neck. She took a peace charm from her bag, stuffed it into my hand. Happy birthday! Then hugged my melon feet like greased. Stepped away like flying. I stood stunned, watching her back disappear. After a long time rubbing my stinging eyes. Today's wind was too strong. Sand got in my eyes. But the more I rubbed, the more it stung. Everyone mocked my financial aid application. Only she noticed my birthday. Turns out, even if not family, someone crossed miles to wish me peace. I thought no one remembered. The day university entrance exam results were announced, she and I tied for 8th in the province. Back to school to complete paperwork. On the way, I bought a bouquet of flowers. Wanted to thank the homeroom teacher. The teacher was chatting with other teachers. Reach Square Garden overcame hardship to succeed. Exactly. Handsome and got into a prestigious school. Finding a good job will be a breeze. Teacher, do you think he and Willow like Grace could make it? You're overthinking. They were just desk mates. Reach Square Garden already gained a lot. Without Willow like Grace, there'd be no him today. Only in school could they interact. With such a huge class gap, out in society, they wouldn't even see each other. I quietly listened to it all, holding the bouquet turned away, chewing on those words, but didn't know how to react. That night, my phone got a message. Willow like Grace asked which school I'd attend. I said I hadn't decided. She said I'm going to North University. I held my breath anyway. I'm not going to North University. So where are you going? Mind in chaos. I blurted out to America Blue Lane University. I sold the house. The old house just got relocation compensation. 100,000 yuan, my family has it now. She replied, good. On enrollment day, I went to North University to register. Received an international call. From America. Both of us silent. A soft breath from the other end. She said, Reach Square Garden. Did you fill in the wrong application? I said nothing. She continued, it's fine. I have money, can I come back? You're at North University, right? I like North University too. I slowly closed my eyes. Listened to the voice from the other end. Silent for a moment, that peace charm, did you open it? I shook my head, then realized she couldn't see, haven't looked. Open it and see, okay. Like pleading, I didn't want to, didn't dare. She laughed out of frustration. You really don't get my meaning. That moment, I just wanted to cry. I felt both lucky and couldn't help feeling sad. Didn't understand before. Don't understand now. Want understand later. Her voice hoarse, word by word. Reach Square Garden. You're really foolish. Looking but not daring to speak. Hesitating, not daring to voice. I pushed open the room's door. Outside was dark. Only starlight and moonlight spilled down, barely lighting the path ahead. If I didn't move forward, I'd be swallowed by the darkness. And that year, I was 18, the golden time of my life. Self-conscious and proud intertwined. Argue then argue, make noise then make noise. The cooperation was smoothly finalized. After eating, Shen friendly cycle invited me to watch a movie. Her clear black eyes blinked, brother. Let's go watch a movie. Last time about the prosperity tree, my dad found out. Scolded me terribly. Pity me a little, okay. I guiltily coughed twice. Just about to agree. Willow like Grace's eyes clearly said, you dare agree. Consider your salary docked. I swallowed my words. Willow like Grace's figure blocked in front of me. Pushed Shen friendly cycle away. The small girl gritted her teeth. President Willow and Party A. The contract's already signed. Even if you're your dad, it won't do. Unless you want to cancel the contract. Canceling means triple compensation. Voice clear, word by word. Tone drawn out. The girl's face changed colors. Growled, you wait. Tomorrow I'll sit at the Willow family's gate. Oh, what a child. Shen friendly cycle left. Willow like Grace wanted to drive me home. I shook my head, said no need. Tonight I'm too tired. Dealing with the boss is more exhausting than work. I don't want to strain my brain on the way home. Who knew? She coldly opened the car door. Assistant, reach. Please look at what time it is now. Midnight. You plan to go home alone. Do you think I have too much money or want to harm me? If something happens to you, what then? 10 years of my work wasted. Again and again offending the boss. I feel I'm not far from being fired. Since I can't escape unemployment, might as well provoke the boss one more time. I logged into my secondary WeChat account. Posted a status on Moments free period. Open to proposals, price negotiable, can travel nationwide. Limited slots. Just 99. Contact me, includes hot girls, celebrities, and half are rich heirs. Here is the deal. Though my boss has many flaws, can't deny. Her biggest advantage is being rich and beautiful, plus a series of unconventional actions, like a mudslide in the CEO world, made her quite popular online, equivalent to a living hot search. In this era where traffic is king, some want to ride her fame. Some like her face also ride a bit. Occasionally get secretly photographed for hype. Spread some messy rumors. Today a celebrity, tomorrow a hot girl, the day after maybe a rich heir smitten by beauty. Though later clarified, the other side already gained exposure from the hype. Willow like Grace is a businesswoman. She can't let herself lose out. Can't fight back. Then join the hype but must pay. Don't want to pay fine. Willow Corporation's legal team will sue until you're bankrupt. So, Willow like Grace each month could earn a big sum this way. Where there's demand, there's a market. Where there's trade, I exist. Those wanting to ride fame but lacking chance. Too many to count. One side wants to pay. One side happy to take money. An existing transaction chain. Just missing a mediator. To make it reasonable, transparent, standardized, regulated macro level, following the principle of helping fairly. I sacrificed the small for the greater good. Volunteered as the mediator. The market decides resource allocation. To fully utilize the market's role, I flexibly used pricing mechanisms, competition mechanisms, feedback and risk mechanisms. For example, meetings with the boss at different levels have different prices, calculated in units of ODAM. One time 10,000. Dining, strolling, movies and other entertainment activities. Guaranteed minimum 50 ODAM. Shooting, climbing, physical activities. Peak at 100 ODAM. Because such opportunities are rare. Of course, I don't tarnish my boss' reputation. Rumors are rumors. Their biggest trait is the uncertainty of online events. Fake couples are the easiest to ship. If openly show hand-holding photos, they'd find it bland. The more it's vaguely connected, but not entirely baseless, leaving enough room for imagination, they'll ship it like crazy. So, I just need to leak the boss itinerary. After the boss leaves, they go to where she was, take a few photos, pose ambiguously. A perfect rumor is born. Of course, all these opportunities are based on the boss work schedule, so slots are limited. Whoever pays more gets it. If not satisfied, I occasionally provide after-sales service. Ensure payers feel comfortable to avoid schedule conflicts. I even made a timetable. These things I can't give for free. Mediators need to earn a margin. Not much clients decide themselves. Give less. Don't expect a slot next time. Give more. Welcome back, God of wealth. Seeing him about to be fired, I returned to my old trade carelessly. Overdid it. Made rumors of the boss blowing kisses fly everywhere, while in reality she's busy, out of breath. Boss online strolls with handsome guys. Real boss every day either negotiating deals or on the way to negotiate deals. No time even to scold people. The whole company happy. Only the boss is the one hurt. Seeing my bank balance keep rising, I guiltily bought the boss a small cake. Hand-sized 300 yuan. This isn't a cake. It's my lifeline. Willow like Grace looked at today's schedule. Brows furrowed tight enough to trap a fly. Assistant reach is Willow Corporation going bankrupt. I blankly shook my head. Bankrupt, I'd have run long ago. She took a deep breath, then explained. Why do I have to fly twice a day? Visit 3 cities for work. I'm the boss, not an old ox. I was heartbroken. Seriously, because you're the boss. At this age, can you choose leisure? I didn't want either, but young Master Lee and actor Bai, they paid too much and insisted on this day. Seeing the boss frown, about to spew profanity, I quickly opened the cake, stuffed a piece in her mouth. Eat. Don't be angry, anger harms health. One bite after another. The boss' face gradually softened, wrinkles on her face smoothed out, until she finished. Even seemed happy. She tapped the desk lightly with her fingers. Rhythm cheerful. Assistant reach struck it rich, or conscience awakened. I denied with my mouth, smiled kindly, not at all. Just felt I should treat the boss better. Her eyes flashed. Raised brow with a light smile. Fine. Schedule as you arranged. The boss for 1 day in 3 cities. Dating 3 handsome guys. Top search number 1. Netizens called her the new generation time management master. That night the boss was scolded by her parents. The usually gentle noble lady was so angry she jumped. Willow like Grace, you're this old. Still so improper. Willow like Grace looked at me. Voice helpless in saving money for my future husband. After hanging up, she sighed. Thick lashes hid the emotion in her eyes. Looking a bit pitiful. Assistant reach, I haven't eaten dinner. I was shocked. Why haven't you eaten dinner? Starve and what then? Whole pay my salary. The noisier the better. I took out my phone. Fine you 500 yuan. Next time remember to eat. She said actually I ate to balls. Just forgot earlier. I held out my phone first. Ate so much, what if you burst? Fine you 1,000. Be careful next time. She looked at me with an indescribable gaze. When the business trip paused, near the sea, the scenery was beautiful. I told the boss to return to the hotel first. I went to the convenience store downstairs to buy some essentials. Backswipe the room card entered. Holding sanitary pads rushed to the bathroom. Opened the door, steam filled the air. Willow like Grace was bathing, not a thread on. Quite curvy, warm yellow light spilled down, outlining smooth, graceful curves. Delicate like carved, fragile like a willow branch. She turned in panic. Our eyes met. She fumbled frantically, covering front, exposed back. Reason told me to cover my eyes and run, but emotions controlled me. Eyes disobeyed. Throat dry, couldn't make a sound. I licked my lips. Eyes staring. Boss, is this a work trip part 2? Seeing she couldn't cover everything, she simply squatted, covered her face. Angry to ruin. Reach Square Garden. I knew you loved money, but didn't know you were this lecherous. My fault, hit it too well. Looked too much too intently. Made me dream all night. Next day at work, met the boss at the elevator door. I slowly realized my whole body felt unnatural. Assistant reach, oh my. Snapped back, saw the boss face full of mockery. She gestured. I called you 3 times, sorry. Were you deaf just now? Boss, any instructions? She clenched her fist. How friendly. I didn't look up. Subconsciously replied, good. Her voice carried anger. At least look up at me before speaking. Really, just a glance. After image about to linger. Very good, but up to the sky. Eyes there but see nothing. Looking at her back, I noticed she wore a new outfit. 1 size smaller. Waist tightly cinched. But curvier too. Damn, can't look anymore. Look more and in the station. Half a day passed. I found my heart unsettled. Couldn't focus on work. Closed eyes saw curves. I simply stood in for the boss at the CEO's office. At the office door, the cleaning lady handed me the mop. Sneaking glances while mopping. Didn't you like looking at curvy butts? Let those eyes feast. 3 square meters at the entrance, mopped 50 times. Still not enough. Porcelain tiles, shinier than the finance manager's bald head downstairs. Willow like Grace looked at the floor by the door. Question unasked. Already fell flat on her butt. Fell on her butt. Not what I meant, I mean, are you okay? She adjusted her skewed glasses. Yelled, reach Square Garden. You trying to infuriate me to death. I stepped back to steps. Don't forget who pays your salary. I made 2 steps into 3. Knelt with a slide. Grabbed the boss' small hand. Don't be angry. Spare me, this month's salary isn't settled. That day I took leave from the boss. At night I logged into the account that once made me want to die. Posted a status. I said, if you like your sworn enemy, what do? First comment, marry her. Play with her real good. Account name was Pure Love CEO. Not long after, phone rang. Willow like Grace called. She said, reach Square Garden. There's an investment here. Want to join? Low investment, no risk, high return. Sounded like a scam. She laughed coldly. Am this rich? Need to scam you. What investment? Come down, I'll tell you in person. Went to the window. Downstairs was the familiar car. I grabbed a jacket, went down. Somehow a bit nervous. In front of her she said, lend me 100,000. My racing heart suddenly calmed. Even more like a scam. Anyway, I earned 100,000 before. Her eyes shifted. Immediately put away her phone. Be my boyfriend. Agree, you get 10 million and 1 me. Refuse, then I donate the money and run. You think carefully. Really a dog, what if I marry you? That's too greedy. I haven't dared think that far. Then I'll let you be greedy once. Her eyes sparkled, hugged me tightly, whispered no more selling me. When did you figure it out? First time you took money so happy. Every time treated me to good food. Turns out one shouldn't be too kind. When it's time to be ruthless. No choice, I'm 28 now. This age is easier to fall than 18. Feelings surge like waves. Fast, strong, and coming. I raised my hands in surrender. I thought of that peace charm. After hanging up that day, I opened it. Inside was a peace amulet and a small note. The note said, I fell for you at first sight. So did I.